This one we still call it cattail in our language.
Noreen Saddleback is sharing traditional knowledge during a field tour near Maskwacis, Alberta. She's explaining the challenges of recording, accessing, and sharing information relating to environmental conditions on traditional lands. But now Noreen and her colleagues have found a better way, and the answer comes from down under.
This is the app that we use, the mobile device technology.
Troy Malley is demonstrating new technology, making it easier to record, store, and access cultural, environmental monitoring, and reporting data.
Take a new photo. So, there. And
Beautiful.
Troy and partner Glenn McLaren are from Australia. They've come to Canada to work with Dr. Scott Heckbert and members of the Samson Cree Nation to deploy a system to help Noreen and her colleagues collect data on cultural heritage sites and track environmental conditions.
It's going to make data collections easier. It's going to give us a competitive leverage on taking contracts for environment work, which means employment, it means training, it means building the capacity of our nation to where it should be, where we need to be, and where we've always wanted to be.
The technology provides an easy and secure way to share data. It's also a way to share information within the community and with industry and government.
creating economic development from having trained people using technologies that speak to the external stakeholders in their language and in their format, which helps the process in regards to reporting guidelines, and then also internal processes and communication of information between different sections of Samson Cree Nation.
Dr. Scott Heckbert is an environmental scientist with Alberta Innovates. He's using his knowledge and experience in working with Indigenous peoples to help the Samson Cree Nation adopt this technology. He hopes other Alberta First Nations adopt it too.
The risks of implementing a new technology are reduced because here's a tried and tested way that's been built from the bottom up, from the ground level, from Aboriginal communities in Australia. What we're trying to do is take the knowledge that's out there and put it in that way that it can be incorporated into land use planning.
Troy Malley has a unique perspective on the needs of Indigenous communities in Alberta. He's an Australian Aboriginal and sees common themes between the two cultures, even though they're worlds apart.
Connection to their lands, their traditional stories, my customs and their customs, a lot of similarities. Certainly the social issues I've been learning about is exactly the same as what's happening back at home. Having to deal with different stakeholders in government, and the capacity not to be able to do that is very much similar to we're back in Australia.
Even though the method of information gathering and sharing will change, one thing remains the same: the preservation and sharing of traditional knowledge.
I've been with Samson 15 years, and this is day one of implementing the most magnificent tool we've ever had.